Welcome to Gamecube for Life. Today I'm going to cover the recent updates of my PAL collectors list for the Gamecube. A few have asked if these updates are automatic, but unfortunately my Google skills are not that good. So if you have downloaded the sheet and you've been using it and you want to implement some of these updates, then please watch this video. If you've just happened to discover this video by accident and you're interested in collecting Gamecube and you like the idea of having a collector's list, then please press this link. What this will do is take you through to a video which introduces you to the spreadsheet, but it will also contain the link to the most up-to-date version, so you won't need to worry about this update. Now, to get started, what you'll need to do is open the PAL Gamecube Master Doc, and as you can see, we are on version 3.1. Along the bottom you have various tabs, so we need the Updates tab. What this does is it gives you a list of all the updates that have been made since launch on the actual Gamecube Master Doc. Initially we started with version 1.0, and as I made minor changes, then this was changed to 1.1 and 1.2. Recently I have added NTSC and NTSC-J games, which you can see on the tabs below, which we'll cover later, and I've also added special editions and platforms and Nintendo exclusives, which again I'll cover later on in the video to see if this is an update that you want to implement into your spreadsheet. Now I'm going to be honest, if you're doing this on a PC it is so much easier. If you're looking to do this on your phone, you're going to need some magic fingers, and I'm not talking about, you know what, I'm talking about having to use your fingers to scroll in, scroll out, copy and paste. It can be a real pain. So if you can, I really suggest you do this at least on an iPad, but ideally on a computer or laptop. Now, what I have is two tabs open. I have the Master Doc, and I also have the version that I've been using, which has my collection on. So what you're going to need to do is find a space that you're going to want to paste into. So this is where I'm going to put the special editions. I do have some here, so again, doesn't really have much information, so let's get rid of that, delete it, change the color to white, and that should get us back. And I'll also cover that up there. So now I've got a blank canvas at the bottom here to put the special editions in. So because I'm logged in, what I'm going to need to do is I can't just cut and paste this into my document because they're on separate accounts. It doesn't seem to like it if it's not on the same spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is go down to here at the bottom, and I'm going to copy to existing spreadsheet. Yeah, nothing really interesting or data sensitive there. Then I'm going to select my spreadsheet, and it's going to copy over. There we go. And as we can see now, I've got a copy of the master document. So just for your benefit, I'm going to change that to 75, and I'm going to scroll down to where the special editions are. Now, because I am going from one document or one page to another, this should be nice and simple. Copy and paste, and now that is in my document. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the master doc, and we're going to go to updates again, and we're going to go back and see what the previous one to 3.1 was. Next is platforms and Nintendo exclusives. This came about because I had a collector who was collecting PS2 as well and wanted to know which games were exclusive to Gamecube, and also had an American collector who wanted to know what games were exclusive to the PAL region. There's only about 16, so if someone wanted a game in English and American, so preference for PAL, then I added that to the list. Took about 4 hours of my life, which I'll never get back, but it's in there. You might want to add it if you feel it adds value. Because we have saved that copy down here, we can have a look to see what that looks like. Scroll all the way to the top, and then we go across and we can see here. So I've got now a new column which says platforms. In it you can see there's some non-applicable, that's the 2-in-1 games, but we have some games that came out on PS2 and Xbox, some that are on PSP, some that are Nintendo exclusives. But say for instance if you are just a PS2 collector and Gamecube collector, you might decide, it's not a very good example, say you're an Xbox and Gamecube collector, then you might say, well, I'll get on PS2 or get it on Gamecube for instance. So to copy this over, all you would do is grab from row 1 and then scroll down takes a bit of time, there are so many games, and it will catch up. So 1, 2 today, so we'll try that again. So right, let's try from number 2. It might be that the top row is actually a scroll. So see how it scrolls down? That might be why. Yeah, I didn't like that. So I'm going to copy that, and that's beside available in NTSC. I should also mention that you can do the same thing with the other items column, which has been updated with a few more details around some of the available postcards and registration cards that came with each game. So copy, and then what we're going to do is go back to my document. Now what I'll do is I'll click here, right click, insert to the left, to the left, to the left again, and we're just going to paste. And if you just see the line here, you double click it, it will then extend. And now I've just added that to my spreadsheet. Nice and simple. You might not have, the benefit of doing the updates is that you can pick and choose. I didn't really need that, but if you want to add it in, you can do. Now if we go back to the updates and we go to 2.0, this is quite, again, another interesting one. So the way in which I've set up the PAL collector spreadsheet is that your priority is going to be PAL games because you're a PAL collector. But what you might also want to do is look at all the games that were exclusive to Japan and North America. Now North America got 126, 125 should be, because obviously row 1, sorry, top 2 rows, 124, and all you need to do, again like we did before, copy to existing spreadsheet and copy that in as well. And just like before, that will just appear, and you can rename it, because for you it's not a copy. And if you want to start collecting North American games, then you can do so. And again, I've put in the fact there were some Nintendo exclusives in North America, so you've got that information as well. And lastly, with Japan, now the problem is you'll have with Japan is some of these games aren't playable if you don't know Japanese, but some are still quite useful. And there are some such as Cubivore, which is very expensive in North America. I think it's about £230, whereas you can get it for about £20 on NTSCJ. So it gives you the opportunity, you can pick and choose, but the priority has been, and as mentioned at the very top, that we're looking for all the games that you can play in English first, and then lastly Japan. So if you wanted to go for a full GameCube set, you could do so. That covers off that section there. There is also, I've updated the availability of some games in different areas as well. So Michael, who you might know if you're on the GameCube UK Facebook group, helped me put in some of the actual availability of some Dutch games as well, so that's been updated. But again, if you're unless you're a Dutch collector, you're not going to need that. You can just copy and paste that in as well. And the last thing I would suggest is that once you've done these updates, a good thing to do is, now you've checked where you're up to on the updates 3.1, when you go to the title, so mine's Nintendo Collection, you can change that to version 3.1, and then you know where you are with the updates. So thank you for your time. I hope this helps if you've downloaded the spreadsheet and been using it, and now you have this additional information to help you collect. If it has helped, then please do like and subscribe. It's great seeing that number of subscribers increase. I've got 24 now, and I'm really happy I've got 24 GameCubers following me. What I will also say is I've also recently started Gamecube PAL on Reddit, just because although Gamecube on Reddit is a fantastic group, 40,000 members, it's very NTSC focused, very modding focused, so I just wanted a little space for us PAL collectors. So if you are on Reddit and a PAL collector, then please do take the time to go to the link in the description and join our Reddit group. So thanks again for your time. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.